Hello YouTube, welcome back to Matt's Country, thanks for popping past. Now, I promised you long ago that I would paint this green. This is an HW80 stock, which I've sanded smooth, and I've left some of the checkering with the original stain because I can't get it out. And I promised you I would colour this green. Now, as with all my videos, there are no edits, there's no trimming, there's nothing. So it's going to happen now, it's going to be complicated, it could go wrong. I have one go at this, so I hope you're all wishing me well or laughing your absolute arses off. Right, just so you know, there are a couple of bits of string hanging in the ceiling. I have put a nail through the stock. The cable clip is there simply to stop the nail going left and right. When I get part way through this, I'm going to hang this up here so that I've got a better chance and it can then dry suspended. I may need to do a couple of coats. Okay, we have a paintbrush, we have hobnobs, we have tea, and we have a jar of very dark green food colouring with hints of blue and a little bit of black inkjet printer ink. Right, are you ready? Because I did promise you all I'll do this, and I know it's mad, but there you go. Here we go. Ready? Now this is water based, so the stain will take a while to take effect on the wood, and it may need several coats. I have a good supply of the mix in the jar, and with a bit of luck and a fair wind, a couple of coats should be sufficient to actually stain it rather than just put a layer on it. No, I've never done this before, and I'm sure many of you have also never done this before because it is a bit of a crazy idea. I'm not sure how well the water-based is going. Oh, it seems to be going all right actually. Yeah, it's starting to soak in. Some wood dyes are oil-based, some are water-based. The darker they are, oh, spraying it everywhere. Messy old job. Now the plan is that once this is dry, I might put a second coat on, I might darken it further, then we're going to look towards some kind of a wax and oil finish. Make sure we get the tops. We need to keep a wet edge. I don't want it drying, don't want anything to dry and then add another wet edge to it. A bit like painting your house walls, try not to let it dry. Make sure the edges stay damp. It's not a bad colour actually, that's going quite well. I think another coat of that another day. Right, I'm going to lift this up and suspend it. Like that. Oh, the bottom of the stock is starting to run. You see the runs down there, so we need to make sure they don't affect it. Got to get this on quickly, which is involving more splattering than I expected. The workbench, just so you know, is covered in cardboard because I was expecting to be a messy painter, and I am. See if I can get this up for you to see. I reckon a second coat of this will probably be important. That isn't going to happen today. This will need to dry, and as with all these videos, one take, no edits. Whether it's a disaster or not, mustn't forget underneath there. I'm going to put some in the palm swells where the checkering is because although they're brown, I wanted that two-tone effect, so it's going to have green in the grooves. It's actually quite a good colour. I mean, I've practiced this colour on other bits of wood, but clearly never on this stock, as you can tell. That, as dyes go, is quite subtle actually. Look, you see the way the second coat is already darkening it. So I'm going to keep going with this for a minute. Please bear with because it's not going to be a long video. You're not going to be bored. You'll soon be off watching professionals in action, shooting rats in barns and stuff. Matt's Country here, ruining a perfectly good stock. The green food colouring. It's not ruined at all, is it? That is not a bad colour at all. Now once this is dry, I will go over it again then I'll let it dry again, and then I'll take some photos. I might put them on Insta. Oh, Insta is Country Gun UK, although most of you know that because you wouldn't have found me otherwise. I'm never going to be a YouTube star. Insta's nearly dead, to be honest. But that's another discussion. Look at that, that's going well, isn't it? Let's get a little bit more dark green on the cheek piece. Let me just see if I can bring this up for you to see. I'm left-handed, so it's kind of irrelevant because I won't ever have my cheek on this, but it's very important for the gun. You know that it's actually bringing out some of the grain, some grain that we couldn't see before. Now, obviously, this is going to go matte. Of course, it is. It's my gun. Now, it's going to lose this gloss, and that's what the oil finish will be later. It's difficult round this bit. I've got to be honest. This is where people have been gripping it for years and years and years, and it's very much smoother. Very much smoother. Probably a bit of bunny blood rubbed in there. No, it's only ever been used for target shooting. Honest. That has gone painfully well. In fact, I'm going to take it off. I'm going to try and show you as best I can without getting covered in green. Trying to get the light on it. And trying to get the colour to show on a cheap Chinesian phone in one take. Well, that lower section down there by the checkering's not darkened properly. I've obviously not got the varnish out of that. That might need several coats because I did rub it all off. Okay, it's going to be unusual. Oil and wax will darken it, but I'm going to put another coat on later. Right, let's hang this puppy up here. If we can. Let it dry. I've got green fingers and it doesn't mean I'm a gardener. Right, there you go. Listen, I'm grateful. Thanks for being patient. Sorry it took so long. I think it'll come out all right, you know. It needs to. Don't really want to buy a new stock for it. Right, I wish you a lovely day. When this dries, I'll do it again. I might do another short. I won't do a proper YouTube short. They don't work. And I've done this sideways, even though the gun is vertical, because I don't watch YouTube on my phone vertically. I tend to watch it on my telly, and I know a lot of you do too. So, it's been emotional. Matt's Country signing out and saying goodbye. Thanks for being here. Sorry it took so long for me to go green-fingered, but I did promise you. See you later. Take care all. Bye-bye.